Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. The S&P 500 was 0.85% today. Today was the big day for the market for this week anyway, because we had both the CPI report come out this morning. Market jumped a lot. It was up 1.2% at one point in time. And then we had the Federal Reserve come out and make their statement, and then Chairman Powell do his question and answer period. And I'll give you some of the basics that I think are really important here. First of all, the CPI report was better than expected, both on a month-over-month basis and a year-over-year basis. It was better than it was supposed to be. And if you look at the month over month, it's a 0.2% on the core. That comes out to 2.4% annualized. So that's, getting closer to the level that the Fed is looking at, although the Fed does not look at CPI per se when they're talking about their target. They're looking at PCE inflation, which comes out at the end of the month. Tomorrow, we get the PPI inflation, the wholesale inflation number. So that'll give us a combination of CPI and PPI, give us a kind of a look at what's going to happen to the favored measure that the Fed's looking at, that PCE at the end of the month. So market was very satisfied with the numbers that did come out on CPI, especially since we've had some hotter readings, first 3 months of this year especially. So it's nice to see things slow down a little bit in terms of the growth on, costs as far as that goes. And then Chairman Powell came out and spoke and basically said almost exactly the same thing he said, at the last meeting, just, looking for better data, more confidence before they start lowering rates and these types of things. But there were some interesting things because once a quarter, they put out a statement of economic projection. It includes the dot plot. So dot plot is where, each one of the Fed governors gets a chance to say what they think the interest rates will be. And then they have, consensus estimates from these Fed governors on other things also. And so the dot plot showed that the median governor was expecting one rate decrease this year. 15 of the 19 were expecting some, decrease of 1 or 2, and 4 expected 0. Nobody put down that they thought it would go up, which is good. So we'll see how that goes. Sometimes they talk about it going up in the minutes, and that had a little bit of an effect on the last minute release that came out this month earlier. But we'll see how that plays out. But this is in contrast to the 3 rate cuts that they were expecting in March, and actually 3 that they had in December, for that matter. Of course, the market by December was up to 6. Market's at 2 right now, so still more rate cuts expected by the market than by the Federal Reserve. And the Fed's actually been more correct here than the market, which wasn't true prior to this year, just in the sense that, the economy is doing pretty well. There was no reason to do a rate cut in March like the market was expecting at the beginning of this year, certainly. And so the expectation now for the market is that the rate cut would start in September. I guess I'd be kind of surprised to see that happen either, just because we're still seeing, decent economic reports. But the one interesting thing that came up, I thought was kind of fascinating in question and answer period was, the expectations from these Fed governors on a median basis was that, inflation would stay about the same on PCE core by the end of the year. Unemployment would stay about the same. And so why would they have a rate cut? If everything's still kind of the same and we're at the same place we are today, why would they have a rate cut? And really, it comes down to the fact that rate cuts and actually increases take time to hit the economy, estimated 3 to 18 months. And so you kind of want to get ahead of it a little bit. And they consider the current rate environment that we're in right now to be restrictive. It should be slowing down the economy. I don't know if that's happening as well as they thought it would. A lot of people are kind of insulated from these higher rate cuts because companies, refinance their bonds, and homes, consumers refinance their homes at lower rates. And so, there's, raising rates doesn't affect a lot of people. If you're trying to buy a new home, mortgages are much higher than they were, not too long ago. But for most of the people that are sitting in their existing homes and these businesses that refinance, they're sitting on really low rates as far as that goes. And it counteracted with this pent-up demand that's coming through too, as people go out and do things that they couldn't do for a while, kind of offsetting these rate increases. However, we could get one rate decrease in December or something. I think ideally they'd love to wait until after the election to do this. So we'll see how that plays out. But I thought today was interesting. A good day for the market. We went over 5,400, had another record close. We've had a record close every day this week. and market's doing quite well. And still not stretched out, still not really out there in terms of the PE ratios and those types of things. Got a little stretched in the short term here just because we've had some jumps. Maybe we'll pull back a little at some point in time, but not too bad. We are heading into this 2 weeks of the year that are the best historically, which is the first 2 weeks of July. So I think that'll keep us going for at least a while here into the summer, and then we'll see what happens after that. But anyway, that's what happened today. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much.